I'm going to go for my walk because I feel if I obey the Gail commandments, my Gail shield might cause that. I'm thinking if I obey the Gail commandments that my Gail shield might cause that hurricane to go out to sea a little bit more. So as you can see, it's kind of gusty here. This power line is really close to my home. I expect us to lose power. It is definitely more gusty than usual, that is for sure. I mean, when I go for my walk, it's usually not this windy. So, and I'm going about 1:15 p.m. The outer bands are going to be hitting about 5 or 6 o'clock. So, and I'm certain there's going to be rain. So that's why I'm walking now. And then she can drop a bunch of bombs, like kill me or something. But actually, the stronger this hurricane is, the more likely it is that my Gail shield is going to deflect it. Because once my Gail shield determines that it's a danger, then once my Gail shield determines that this hurricane is a danger, it's going to work stronger against the hurricane. So one of the reasons I'm going for my walk is because I'm hoping, you can see there's water on the streets here. We've been getting a lot of rain. It's been making it difficult for me to go for a walk. There's some people right there boarding their house, which is probably a good idea. It's a strong Category 4 right now. She's probably hoping that by making this hurricane really, really strong, that she's going to make the Gail shield go down because I won't obey the Gail commandments. But I'm going to make sure, like I'm out on my walk right now, because I know if I go later it's going to be raining and I'm not going to be able to go. So I'm going to do everything in my power to obey the Gail commandments, hoping that it will strengthen the Gail shield and deflect this hurricane out to the east, away from me. So we shall see. Angelina's hoping by making this hurricane stronger, she can break through the Gail shield and get me, but I'm determined to obey as many of the Gail commandments as I can. It is a strong wind, man. I'm kind of like walking into the wind, and this is an indication. I walk every day, so I can tell you this is pretty strong wind. Oops. Whew, that is a strong wind. Strong wind. Look at those suspicious looking clouds. That Angelina needs to go. She really needs to go. I'm telling you, I'm feeling quite a gust right now. And this is only like 1:30 in the afternoon. Quite a gust. Pretty empty parking lot. And I forgot to mention that I plan on making like a big long documentary about my experience with Hurricane Matthew. And that's pretty empty. This is like normally a work day. Usually there's cars in this parking lot. So those are what the clouds look like right now. Some of those clouds look suspicious. They don't look like normal clouds to me. They look like Angelina ballerina clouds. But the road's pretty empty too. Everybody's hunkered down, man. They're getting ready for this. They said on the news that this is a 140 mile per hour winds hurricane. That's strong Category 4, folks. Pretty bad. So are suspicious looking clouds, folks. Those look like Angelina. It looks like she dropped a bomb or something. The clouds are like kind of building up from the bottom, and they're white colored. If they were like regular thunder clouds, they should be dark gray. So she's definitely taking advantage of this hurricane to try to drop a bunch of bombs. She's hoping I will disobey the Gail commandments, and that'll weaken the Gail shield when the hurricane comes, and she can break through the Gail shield. That's what she's trying to do. Definitely suspicious looking clouds there. See how they build up from the ground up? Looks like she tried to draw. It looks like she's been dropping bombs. Evil woman, she needs to go. I have never seen this street so empty. Look at those boarded up windows. I don't know if you can see them with this camera. This is a better camera than I had before, but those windows are boarded up in that apartment complex. They've got crisscrosses across a lot of the windows. Good idea, because those windows don't look hurricane resistant. He put boards on his house. This is with this hurricane. I don't even think tape would do. I have a feeling when I go look at that apartment complex earlier that I saw with the tape, those windows are probably going to get busted. Boards, smart guy. This is almost a Category 5. That's a hurricane cover to the window there. When I was growing up, the houses in my neighborhood were all built like this. Yeah, I think the house I grew up in had one of these too. I can't remember, but I've been through several hurricanes. The house is all boarded up, and somebody else over here is boarding up. For this hurricane. This is probably what everybody should be doing in this neighborhood. I went when I did, because already it's starting to rain. Ha ha! I'm walking with my umbrella now. I was smart to bring it. It didn't look like it was going to rain. Even sun was breaking through. Okay, let's get going. We got to go home. I'm going to check the vans here. Whoa! Smart. The first floor apartments are going to have to worry about flooding. I just came out of the shower and I got this message on my phone.
If you're going to get fuel, take what you...
Yeah, they're all letting us know that the hurricane approaching. That's what my phone says. Seek shelter now. Use 911 for emergencies only. Go to alertflorida.com. Okay, so I'm not wearing any clothes. I just took a shower because I wanted to take a shower before the hurricane comes.
FL prepares at 888-777. This will send you life-saving information.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't.
If you know somebody's making a bad decision, call them. Don't let somebody pester them. Do everything you can. Be a pain in the rear. If you know anybody's making a bad decision,
he has a point. This is almost a Category 5, folks. This is not a joke. It's a bad hurricane. I feel pretty safe in my building, though. I have cinder blocks and hurricane. I did research on hurricane impact windows, which is what I have. Even if a man punched into a hurricane window with all his strength, it wouldn't shatter it. So I'm about as safe as I can be here. Whoa, boy, that nasty hurricane's coming here. I'm going to ask my men if they can put shields around the power lines.
And then we'll decide in the morning.
How do I deal with this? I want to
start hitting a little bit later tonight in the south part of the state, and just slowly move up here. And when we have a slow-moving storm, we're going to get rain. We're going to get a lot of rain. We're going to have flooding. We're going to have storm surge, and we're going to have ridiculous, unbelievable amounts of wind. So I'll be glad to answer any questions anybody has.
Governor mentioned the Guard is assisting people with evacuating. Where are they located, and where does it seem in the state like people need the most help evacuating?
Well, we've got National Guard in 3 locations, north, central, and south. And so we've done the same thing with our National Guard. We've pre-positioned food and water. We pre-positioned high water vehicles. We pre-positioned people from Fish and Wildlife. So so they can get to, like, if Sheriff Shore called and needs something quickly, we were able to get support quickly. So that's what we've done around the state. On top of that, I have somebody for all the East Coast counties. I have somebody from my office that'll be coming over here tomorrow, and they'll be staying here through the restoration efforts. So if there's an issue, we can get them resolved quickly. We have National Guard members coming to our EOCs around the state. This is General Calhoun, the state's adjutant general, and he'll be able to get resources quickly around the state. So where are my concerns? I was in earlier today. I was in Martin County, and they think that probably people are not taking this seriously enough. I think in Martin County they said they've asked 17,000 people to evacuate. I was talking to Mayor Curry a little while ago. They increased their evacuation efforts, and Mayor Curry told me he was down on the beaches. He didn't say, I don't think he was on the beaches, down in the beach communities, and there's still people down there. It didn't make sense. So I think we still have people that are not taking this seriously enough. I think if you just stop and look at this for a second, over 100 people have died in Haiti already. So we don't know what the numbers out of the Bahamas are yet, but over 100 people already lost their lives in Haiti. We're going to have 140 to 150 mile an hour winds all along this coast. So I think what's going to happen is people start seeing what happens, because it looks like the first really bad area is going to be the Palm Beach area. And I think as you watch the news, you're going to see how bad that is. We're probably going to see more people wanting to evacuate. So my biggest concern is, are people taking this seriously enough? So I don't want to lose their life. Thanks, everybody.
We've been listening to Governor Rick Scott, who was speaking to us from the St. John's Emergency Operations Center in St. Augustine, and he's been doing this all day, going to various EOC centers, and very passionate about people listening and taking and heeding the advice when they're asking you to evacuate, saying that he doesn't want to lose not a single life. He has activated 3,500 National Guard, and he said right now 1.5 million people are under evacuation orders, and so far there are 3,000 people in shelters across Florida, and all the tolls have been suspended in the affected areas. He says he doesn't want anybody to have to worry about transportation getting through a toll, but he says we are going to have some uncomfortable situations, some dire situations. We will have heavy rain, flash flooding, there will be beach erosion and rip currents. He's saying do not surf, and he says that with the power outages there will be some, he says, but he's asking people to be patient, and they will try to restore power just as soon as they can. So he said this is a dangerous storm, and he reiterated that if you have to evacuate, do so. Time is running out. He said, in his words exactly, be a pain in the rear to somebody, a friend or a family member who doesn't want to evacuate from an evacuated area. So, of course, we're going to stay on top of this. Our meteorologists around the clock will bring you up-to-date information. Download our News 13 Plus app for information, and you can sign up for free alerts at mynews13.com. So we will be here throughout while Matthew is making its way towards Central Florida. Stay with us. We're now less than 24 hours from the arrival of Hurricane Matthew, and Brevard County is bracing for potentially devastating impacts. County leaders are asking residents to evacuate the barrier island, Merritt Island, and low-lying areas.